Hey guys, welcome to Cadence Radio. I know it's been a while doing this video. I was actually banned from recording for the last 3 months, so I guess now it's August and almost August, but I'm gonna try it anyways to see if I can still record. Probably ain't gonna make this. It's probably gonna be a little bit long-winded because I got a feeling that my video will get taken down. I have lots of information to share with you guys since I haven't been on this platform for a while. If I do get banned, I am gonna start a Rumble channel, and I'm going to basically transfer my videos over to Rumble. Their rules are following the Constitution and Charter rights, of course, because I'm in Canada, so we have the right to free speech. So I hope you guys are doing good. It's almost halfway through the year. It's very eventful. I don't know how our folks up in the USA are doing with your so-called new president. I think he's shit in the bed, to tell you the truth. Us in Canada, we're not doing nothing. We ain't doing much better with our prime minister. I guess an election is going to get called, I think, in the fall, and he's saying that he might take majority, but I doubt it. What I'm going to say to you guys, watch what's happening in the USA right now with the audits in Phoenix. I guess there's a forensic audit happening in Pennsylvania and another one in Wisconsin. There's a special counsel in Wisconsin now to look at the election there. Like Trump said that the world is watching. I'm watching very carefully. There's a lot of distractions happening, especially with this ongoing COVID thing. I give props to our premier here in Alberta. We went to stage 3. We lifted most of the restrictions. We have no masks anymore. And I guess starting in about a couple weeks, August 19th or 17th, we'll be dropping all the other restrictions. Hopefully it stays. But these guys are pushing some Delta variant, and it's supposed to be coming up, and they want us to put the restrictions on. But if you research and you look into it, don't go through the media, don't go through the CDC, don't go through the WHO. Try to research these doctors talking on it, the guys who were silenced. Delta variant is, yes, it's contagious, but it basically has a 99.9% recovery rate. So it's not, I just think that basically COVID is COVID or whatever it is. But I guess it's Delta variant is more contagious, but it's way weaker than it has a 0.1% mortality rate. So tell me what that is. So if you research, a couple of doctors are talking about this. They're trying to get the word out. Of course, they're being censored because the narrative there, it doesn't fit their narrative. The media's narrative. They just want, well, media and government, they're all in cahoots together. They just want us locked down for the longest time and wearing face masks. But what really got me is this vaccine passports. People are really, really getting nervous that they need to take the jab in order to fly. That's not the case. You guys can fly as much as you want to fly. You know, most countries are not enforcing their vaccine passports. I think 3 right now: France and Canada, of course. But the funniest thing is they banned Canadian tourists from England, vaccinated or not vaccinated. So I have a feeling that vaccine passport is going to be dead in the water in the next couple of months, per se, because lots of people know where it's going. People are getting pissed. If you guys seen, it wasn't on the news. I don't believe this wasn't on the news. About, I don't know, numerous countries have been protesting about the vaccine passport mainstream media is silence about it. If you guys go on Twitter, you go follow people, some people in Australia, follow people in France. There's hundreds and probably 100,000, even thousands of people protesting this vaccine passport. It's going to be hard to be pushed through, especially when now the research is saying that it doesn't matter if you're vaxxed and stuff, people are still picking up this Delta variant. So I don't know how the vaccine passport is going to work when basically when people are double vaxxed, they're still picking up the COVID virus. You look at it, Israel, 75% of the hospitalizations are basically the people who are double vaxxed. But what they're saying to everybody, saying that if you take the double jab, you will get mild symptoms. So you tell me why people are being hospitalized in Israel, and actually they found out in New Jersey hospitalization 75% of those people, or 70% of those people, are double vaxxed too. So how are they going to push a vaccine passport when it doesn't even matter? When you get the jab, you're still getting the virus. So that's something to look at there too, but I think it's going to be dead in the water for sure, because people are going to wake up to the fact that this is a ruse. So we'll see what it is. They tell everyone that most people are unvaccinated who go into the hospitals, but that's not the case. Lots of people who are unvaccinated, they're very educated. Some people don't that have done the research. Some people just never take vaccines, right? Religious purposes, whatever it is. But the unvaccinated people, I would say most of them already had COVID. So they're like, why should I get a vaccine when I'm already naturally immune to it anyways, right? So, and that's the biggest variant, they say, which people had. So the Delta variant is probably the mutation of it, but it's weaker. So every time the virus mutates, it gets weaker, but more contagious, and that's what you're gonna see. Most of the stuff is going to disappear, hopefully, but lots of people are going to have herd immunity, especially when we move further into this. What I have to do is give a shout out to Mr. Chris Sky. Chris Sky has been doing lots of freedom rallies and lots of information not seminars, but rallies, and just telling you like it is. He's a great guy to really follow. I got Telegram now. You guys get Telegram. Follow him on there. He's on Twitch, and every time he has a rally, he's on there. Give props to him. I'm gonna give props to X22. He's always in the mix. He's been in the mix. I've been listening to that guy for a while now, about 3, 4, 5 years probably. And Jordan Sather, like him or hate him, the guy does his research. He's very, very informed, and he loves questioning. And that's what we should be doing right now, is questioning what our government is doing, really. But they're not doing a whole lot of nothing. This has blown up in their faces 10 times over, and they're still trying to carry the same exact narrative. How can you vaccinate most of your things and then go back, most of your citizens, not most of them, but some of them, and then you tell them that, you're vaccinated, it doesn't matter, you still have to wear a mask. And then you tell them about a couple months ago, saying that if you get vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. So this agenda is falling apart for them. It's going to come to fruition for sure. But I'll tell you, the eyes on the prize right now is the audits, the Arizona audits, the election audits, which are happening right now. That's the eyes on the prize. All this other distraction, take it out and actually follow that. Follow as much as you can with this audit, because it's going to bring out a whole lot of skeletons of how elections have been run for the last 100 years or even more than that. And it actually is. Here's my prediction: is once those audits come out, once they find out about these voting machines, how they are connected, and how people are switching the votes. Doesn't matter how many people vote for it. These guys are switching back and forth. And once that's revealed, that's going to be a big domino for the U.S. And I think that more countries are going to do audits, especially over here, because what I found out is Dominion is actually a Canadian company, and they've been running our elections here too. So that's going to come out to fruition here, and we're going to get, and then hopefully our country will do a forensic audit on our elections and find out exactly what's happening with that. So hey, could be a whole lot of nothing, could be whatever, but there's going to be a lot of disclosure, a lot of reveals for sure, and it's going to be an eventful, I would say, 3-4 months. I would say, I'm saying that Trump, I was saying it back into my other podcast, that Trump is going to come back, but I don't think he's going to come back. I think that this election something's going to switch. Biden's not going to be the president. I'll give him about another 6 months. And I think that he'll probably step down because of this fraud. And I think there's going to be a civilian government put in who's going to run the country till the next elections. The 2022 primaries, then they're going to put those people in there. So they're going to run without a president. It's going to be probably whoever is high up, whoever's going to come and take over. And then you're going to see in another 2 years, then you're going to see Trump run in 2024 and probably going to win too because of the elections. So you're going to see it. I think it's still in the back. He's always in the background. I think there's a dual presidency right now. If you guys see usually when you're a former president and you leave, you get a Secret Service detail, probably like 6 or 7 people, and for all your life or whatever. But this guy is rolling 50 deep. Police are with him. The guy's protected. It looks like he's a president. Every time you go in, he's all over the place. So it could be a dual president because you know what's going to happen, right? So maybe he does. Maybe he is running a term, but I got a feeling that it's going to be a civilian government. They're going to run elections in 2022, make sure everything is up and up with the elections, and then 2024 you're going to see Trump step in. With our elections, I think Trudeau's going to basically, you're going to find out what our elections have been doing in the last maybe 60 to 100 years too, because whenever the Dominion machines were in there, they said that we do paper ballots, and that's right. And in Canada, we do paper ballots, but it's always put in a system, so you can still go in and switch whatever around, right? So we'll see about that, but I got a feeling that we might also take that step. You're gonna see it in France. You're gonna see it in England. You're gonna see it in all the first world countries or whatever. China, I don't know. China, well, of course, is communism, so it doesn't really matter. They really don't have elections in there. They just appoint whoever is coming in. But there's gonna be some great times in there. Trials and tribulations. Right now, we're in the trials. And the tribulation is going to be, it's going to be eventful. But for me, I'm being optimistic. I'm always going to be optimistic with this COVID thing, all that stuff. We're getting thrown to the wolves. People confused. So much information is getting thrown at us and stuff. But I'm trying to focus on what's really happening with these elections, what's really happened with those audits. That's the number one thing. The COVID thing is going to die off. It's going to die off. People are going to get sick of it. People are already sick of it. You can tell right now. People just mum and just they're like, we've heard this before. We don't want to hear this again. It's done. Stand up to the people from France, because France and Australia, please pray for those people there, because what they're doing in Australia is a straight up, they're jailing all the citizens. They're locked down to the end of August. They're bringing in the army, they're bringing the police. Police are going to be knocking on people's doors and stuff. You're going to see an uprising in Australia here pretty soon. In France, you don't mess with those guys. Those guys are revolutionaries through and through. That spirit in that country, that spirit, that revolutionary spirit never dies. Doesn't matter from generation to generation. That spirit has been encompassed with those people. And if they see the government doing what Macron is doing, that guy straight up, they'll take you out. They'll take him out. So you watch out for that one there too. Macron is going nuts right now. He wants to basically push this vaccine passport, and he's even trying to pass a law saying that if you don't have a vaccine passport, you can't even come into the hospital for treatment. How can you even, like I said, how can all these trying to push this when that vaccine is proven now that you're still getting COVID even if you're vaccinated? So I don't know how it's pushed that. That's an argument for it, and hope that Parliament sits and wakes up, because the people just ain't going to stand for it. They're going to jump through that Parliament and start questioning and taking names. So you watch out for that for sure. Italy, it's already happened. The government is straight up. It's half and half. It's a standoff right now about these green passes in the Parliament itself, and kudos for the people who have the common sense to do that, though, especially those Parliament people, because this ain't about getting a vaccine pass. This is about taking people's rights. That's basically what's happening. They're taking your rights right in front of people, and people are realizing it now. This is not conducive to what people signed up for. You tell us 2 weeks and then we'll be back to normal. Then you tell us all mask up, and then it's 30 days, and then before you know it, till you get the vaccine, and then all of a sudden before you know it, let's get the vaccine passport for you to travel around. If people can't get what these people are trying to do, come on. It's high and mighty right now that these guys are not in for your best interests of the citizens. They're in it to take whatever they can and hold on to it as long as they can, so they can implement whatever agenda is coming down the pike. I called this in my podcast last year. It's a road to this vaccine passport. It's a road for you to always get an injection to move here, to move there. We ain't gonna let it happen. We're not gonna let that shit happen. So I'm glad that I see people standing up to him, standing up, and I hope hopefully Alberta stays free as it is right now. I know there's a lot of people who are skeptical, still wearing the mask and stuff. It's understandable, because this is what we have seen for the last year or so, or for the last year and a half or so. So people are used to it now. It's just basically, you see it come around again, to get those people deprogrammed to whatever it is. The coming out said masks don't work, and I've been saying the masks never did work. The truth does come out. You can't hold the truth down for the longest time. For it always comes out. It always leaks out, silent or loud. It's always going to be that. That's what I like about Chris Sky. He's a truth teller. He just tells it like it is, and it tells the truth. Reason why he's doing that so well is reason why his message is getting resonated with a lot of people, is because he's on the right side of truth. To tell you the truth, yeah, he's on the right side of truth. Big ups to him. Hopefully my 10 subscribers or whatever it is, you can get my podcast right here and spread that. Just get a conversation going. It's going to be hard at first, but these people, like the government, they're doing the work for us. They're waking people up with the bullshit they're spreading half the time. They had the biggest thing was, we can get up to 70% vaccinated and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, you got to wear masks now. It just makes no sense to me, right? And I hope it doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So, kudos to them. I'm going to basically get this done here. And hopefully everybody's doing good. It's Cadence Radio, it's Uma. I'm back, but don't know for how long. If not, I'll be back on other platform. Check out Rumble, get a Rumble account, and then we'll definitely keep this party going. All right, peace.